Welcome to the 10 Acre Woods. My name's Mark and I'm currently out mowing the lawn, although it may not seem like it. The animals here behind me are doing the work for me. I'm currently standing in our dog run, and our dogs, two of our dogs, one is Atlas. Hi, bud. And the other one is Toby, which is over there at the water trough. Hi, bud. What are you doing? Hot day. And we have another West Highland White Terrier, and she is actually in the house. So the dogs are out here. The alpaca, sheep, and goats are out here. Even some of the geese. So this is Sebastian, which is a Sebastopol goose. It looks like he's wearing a dress, but that's their breed. So every once in a while we'll let we let the dogs in here quite often. We'll let the animals in here to mow. I can't remember the last time we've actually traditionally mowed this grass. It works great for both. You know, we don't have to get in here and mow it, and these guys get some nice green grass. Of course, the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence, right? Now the rest of the 10 Acre Woods is looking like this. So when we first moved here, this was all just solid brush. And then as we cleared away and we made some piles of material, the grass actually started to grow because the sun could get in here. And you can see how it's like a canopy. So what happens is the alpaca, they'll reach up. They're the highest, the tallest, and they'll pull the leaves down from as far as they can. The sheep traditionally like to eat low, like below their back and down, where goats will want to eat higher. So they want to get the leaves up a little bit higher. About a month ago, we had purchased and set up a 100-bushel grain bin to store our grains. And Tara was excited to get it up and get the grains out of our building that were all bagged and get them into the new silo. So we found an area, and we took some concrete blocks and we set them all up. I had mentioned to her that, you know, we should probably put a pad down or some piles or something, but nah, it's good enough. One thing about Tara and I is, and you may not believe this because we get a lot of pushback on this, is in the 30 plus years that we have been together, we have never argued about anything. So it goes. I didn't put up an argument. I said, well, you know, maybe it will work. We had some issues. So with all that rain, the ground softened, and guess what?
Mark was right!
The bin was here. What had happened was, with all the water, the block that it was on had cracked, and then shifting occurred, and that leg went right into the soft ground and of course bent over. That was, it looks like that's really the only damage that occurred, which was great. So we've got another one of those legs on order. The grain that's inside, this is actually a plastic bin, and it sits in this cone here as a holder. It is pretty much, it's fully intact. The top lid popped open, and we had a bunch of grain that had spilled out here. Now Tara went out to put the rabbits in because of all the rain, and it was in between two of the big rainfalls.
Oh! Oh!
It wasn't raining at the time. We got out here, we shoveled the remnants into bags, and then we closed the lid. So the grain level, I think you can kind of see from the shadow here, is right up to here. So we're going to leave the grain as it is in there. It's protected. And we've got the other leg coming, and we have a site for an actual pad to be put down. So here between these two, that's that's 6 feet. 6 feet. So there'll be a 6-foot square pad here. And we thought we'd take this opportunity to fill in this area as well, since this is our wash station and bathroom. for when visitors come. This concrete here was left over from when we did the barn. So we ordered 3 truckloads of cement in, and we poured the concrete there. There was some left over, so we just kind of pulled it over and kind of somewhat smoothed it out. And that's worked well for that area there. So we just want to clean it up, pour some concrete in this area to kind of make a path, have the bin. Tara is taking apart the barbecue area. So
I'm gonna concrete the barbecue.
yeah, well, there you go, right from Tara's mouth. She wants to concrete the barbecue area. So we do have this wood that goes around the outside. We will have to, put a little piece over on this side as well, and then we will level it all out. Actually, we'll probably have a slight slope coming this way. And this is a garage, one of those garage canopies.
This was Mark's Father's Day one year.
Yeah, Tara had built this to me. I came home from work on Father's Day. We've used this in a few different areas, and as you can see here, there is damage to it because the wind had caught it a few times and lifted it up. So the idea is, to put probably a 4-inch slab down here, and then we're going to, I think, do kind of a rustic, like an old saloon from the West kind of thing, with some wood, a little rustic.
Wood, yeah.
Yeah, and then a sloped roof on it. So we'll probably put a steel roof on it. This one we had replaced at some point a couple years ago, I guess it was, and it came in this bright white, which Tara does not like. No like. So the old one used to be just a light brown, but it was to the point where it needed to be replaced. So those are the plans for our barbecue area. So concerning the bin, I know there was a few comments in there after we set up this bin and said, "Oh, you guys need to anchor that." Yeah, I listened to that, but I put some faith in that maybe it would work, but no, it didn't. And yeah. All right, I'm up front here with the goats and the ponies. Meadows having a little roll around in the dirt. So we got Billy. Carl is not quite sure. Look at her go. Oh, now you're all dirty. So we cleaned out this water last weekend. And so it's not too bad. You can see the greens starting to come back. So usually about once a week, and these are easy to clean out. You just pull the plugs here, pull it out. It does have a heater in it for the winter time, and if you are interested in getting one of these, I'll leave the link down in the description to get 10% off from Gallagher Animal Management. We got 2 of those, and we've got a pig water as well that we will be setting up for winter use. Billy, Levi. It looks like Daisy and Carl are probably up front. All right, coming out into the yard. It's actually somewhat dry, even though the rain was only a few days ago. We've done a little bit of water management on the farm here, and one of them was to block off the trench here. As you can see, it is quite full. It was actually just flowing back into this area. It was doing the opposite that it was supposed to. This swale was supposed to actually bring water in this way. So we blocked it off, and we did some modifications and added that little trench over there. And it seems to be working. Right, kids? Hi. So this is little Snow. Hi. Yes. Are you still teething? So we've still got a few of the kids around. This one is the only one we're keeping. Yes, you want to... Okay. And the other ones will be heading off to their new farm in the coming weeks. Fernando! Fernando! Yes! you should be getting into your molt, I imagine, soon. So every year, Fernando here molts. He's started. Come on, put your tail up. Put your tail up. You can see some of the smaller feathers in here that are coming up. Usually what will happen is in the fall, he'll molt out. He'll grow his feathers back late fall into winter. All in time to be nice and pretty for spring, right? For the ladies. But, you know, Fernando, you guys have asked us to get him some girlfriends. We have in the past, and he just doesn't pay any attention to them. So we ended up sending the female turkeys off to another farm. Fernando much prefers human company rather than his own kind. I think he thinks he is human. Those are Muscovy ducks back there, by the way. So it looks like we've got 3 males, the closer ones in here, and then the female is out further. So lots of Muscovy ducks this year because there's another male there. Because the females tend to go and hide and sit on their eggs and come out with a bunch of babies. Piper, look at you. All that duckweed on her chin and front leg. So they were obviously in the pond. They love the duckweed, and now they're getting in and rooting through the dirt to try to get some little grains and such. And Petey's the same way. Green nose and green feet. Yeah, what is it, buddy? Did you find something? Yeah? Oh. Just doing his own thing. So yeah, that's what's on the pond is duckweed. If we get in here real close, we can see that it is kind of like a bunch of little lily pads. So there's a bunch of small little ones in there, and then the larger ones. This is probably a reason why we don't have a lot of mosquitoes as well. So it's creating kind of a layer here where the mosquitoes can't get in and lay their eggs. But the fish that are in there are fine because we have the windmill over there. Nope, sorry, over there. It's not turning now, obviously, because there's no wind. But there's an air stone in the pond, so that gives that adds oxygen back into the pond, as well as we have a pump that's somewhere right around there that runs around and pumps the water up into here, and then there's the waterfall that takes it down. So lots of aeration happening. So the fish don't need to worry about a lack of oxygen. So I'm in the shelter here, and what should I find? A female Muscovy. Now this is the pig pen, so it's probably the worst place for a duck to lay an egg, because this is where the pigs hang out and sleep. But they tend to do that. Sometimes a duck will do it. You can see how she's kind of flaring her wings. So I am guessing you have an egg. Am I right? She's got heavy breathing. All right, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Yeah, I know. You don't even have any eggs. She says, yes, but this is my nest, and I'm going to have eggs, and I'm going to protect it. Well, you're not going to protect it from Petey and Piper, because they're just going to eat it. Which is fine, because we don't need any more Muscovy ducks. We're going to be keeping an eye on you guys. We're taking Fernando on the road. Get in, bud. You stay in the back there. Turn your bum. There we go. So there is a music festival, small little music festival in the city of Winnipeg, Coronation Park in St. Boniface. So it was running from 1 till 7 today. So we figured the funds that are being raised there are in support of our farm. So we figured we'd take Fernando down and let him do his thing with the crowd. We have arrived at the park, but due to the music playing, I don't want to get a copyright infringement, so I'll probably just do a little montage. Here we go.
I love you.
Oh, Atlas.
I love you too. Oh, I
And
love
that's
you
how
too.
Atlas howls. All right. Looks like he's all labeled. Fernando. Hey, buddy, you ready to come out? All right. Come on out. Busy day. Here, let's go in here, shall we? It's probably good to go get a drink of water. There you go. Oh, go the other way. Yeah, there you go. In you go. All right. Daphne, did you miss Fernando? Or you missed Mummy? So it's now Sunday morning, the next morning, and since Tara didn't get a gardening video out this week, I thought I would take you through the garden, give you my tour. I kind of know all the plants from editing Tara's videos and just being out here in the garden, so bear with me. So some of the plants here are hollyhocks. Now one of the hollyhocks that she was quite excited about was this one here. This is the black hollyhock. It's actually purple. Oh, look at that. We have a visitor coming in. I did take some photos with the bees coming in and checking out all the flowers. So those are the black ones. She got those from one of you guys. One of our viewers had sent in some seeds. I think it was 2 years ago, because I believe they're biannuals and they didn't grow last year, but they took off this year. There's a number of other ones, the white ones, and this looks like I'm guessing carnation down here, and then we've got some pink hollyhocks over here as well. Lots of bees coming around and pollinating. And then the Virginia creeper over here, which Tara is kind of training to go up and around. She's always wanted this Virginia creeper. We did have some up on the deck there. You can see where it's just sticks. We think what had happened was a rodent went and cut off the base down here. So we're just retraining some of the other ones to take over that space. Here's another hollyhock here and a bunch of rhubarb. We haven't used rhubarb in a number of years. Rhubarb crisp is kind of one of my favorites. Maybe I'll do some of that, harvest some of that, and make some rhubarb crisp. Now I believe this is the sunchoke. And if you look here, you've got some nice flowers blooming on that. And then marshmallow, she calls this. So this is very soft leaves. I was amazed on how velvety soft these leaves are. And then going over to the coneflower, these are being visited by many bees coming around and doing their pollination. And the potatoes are doing well. So we don't know how large they are. We haven't dug anything up yet, but the tops of them look pretty good. Same with the carrots over here. So I'm quite interested to see, like, they're very dense. She really planted these close together. I'm curious to see what we can get here. There we go. Not too bad. Some little ones. These ones are a little different variety, I guess, because they're a red variety instead of orange. I'll have to try those ones out. Cute little things. Some more rhubarb over here. We've got the asparagus that it takes quite a few years for it to go. She's let this go to seed. You can see all of the seed pods in here. So she's going to let that go to seed, and then get a nice layer of asparagus in there. What else we got here? We have, I believe this is squash here, as well as over here. So the silver maple that she got a bunch of seeds and she went and she planted. She just stuck them in the ground here and they all took off. I think it was 100% growth rate on all of them. So this is going to be something we're going to have to go through and probably individually pot and move off. And then I guess next year maybe we'll have some for sale. You know, $10 a tree, something like that, something to help out the farm. Beets. So the beets are doing pretty good from what I can see anyway. There's a few, maybe a different variety in here that's a little bit smaller than these ones. The leaves are a little bit more red, but then they could be more juvenile. All right, so that is this section of the garden here. Moving around the corner, Tara really loves her cucamelons. She calls them cuckoo melons. I think they're called cuca melons. So they're starting to grow here. We've got some just kind of growing out. If you don't know what these are, they're little marbles. They'll puff out like a little watermelon, and they taste like a cucumber and lime. So they're a nice little snack. You're out here in the garden, you just kind of pop one in your mouth. There's some more. Just got this netting up here to allow them to grow up. So they're starting to go. There's a lot of harvesting that is starting now. So we got some looks like string beans in here. So these ones are, they're starting to do pretty good. And what else we got? Peas. Peas. I think these are peas. Yes, there. It looks like there's much going on these ones here. I don't know if it's a different variety, but there's lots going on here. So they're small, but they're plump. And there's a bunch more over on this side as well. So they kind of run right down here back behind. She's pointed this out in a few videos, how this one is just going right up. So there we go. We've got more in there. In here, so here, it looks like the fruit is starting to grow right there. So we should get quite a bit off these when the time comes. Moving over past the greenhouse here, she has been using the greenhouse in the spring. It's just really warm in there right now. I do have a fan in the back end with a controller that we can turn on to control the temperature in there. She's got some extra soil in some barrels here. We had a load of soil delivered to us, so this is just some extra that she's got so she can do some top-ups. The raspberries. So the raspberries were doing, every 2 days she was bringing in a few juice containers full. They've kind of slowed down now. I guess they're going to get into their second run. You can start to see them growing here now. So they're on a little bit of a break. There's one down in here that you can see. But they were loaded for weeks. So we've got a bunch that she's taken in and she's laid out on trays and put in the freezer so that we can kind of enjoy them year round. So that's all of the raspberries. On this side, of course, we've got the tomatoes. These ones here, she's already started something here with kind of running this over and staking them up. She's got to bring these ones up as well. Some of them have grown through, but we haven't seen, I don't think we've seen any tomatoes yet on them. So I went and I cleaned them off, and I figured I would try one of these babies out. There's nothing like fresh vegetables out of the garden. The taste of them, the richness of them. Yeah, tastes just like an orange carrot, except it's purple. Well, I guess just a slightly different variety. Yeah. All right, well, that is it for this video. Hope you enjoyed our excursions to the city. Fernando obviously did, so he always tends to travel well when we go into the city. So it was a fun outing. We may plan some more of those different outings as they come up. I think we're going to do more of the petting farms next year. Just a way to get out there, meet people. We do have people that come into the farm here and do visit as well, as we're open to the public during the weekend, and we also take kind of bookings throughout the week. We've actually got a wedding that's coming up in, I believe it's September, possibly October. So there's one that's confirmed, and there's another one that they're interested, but they haven't confirmed yet. So those are always fun as well. So that is it. We'll try to get Tara to do her update on the garden this coming week. With everything that's going on, she's kind of been overwhelmed with getting that area prepped. I think she might feel a little guilty about the silo itself. But there's no need to worry. It's the leg. We're getting another leg sent to us. It can be fixed. Not the end of the world. And we'll just move on. So better and stronger. So anyway, I thank you all for watching and supporting our channel. If you're not subscribed, please click on that subscribe button and check us out. We do have a ton of other videos. I've put them in a playlist for years. So you can go back and see what we were doing 6 years ago, which is the neat thing about this platform. Anyway, take care, have a wonderful week, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.